Today I want to have a chatty video with you guys, and I want to talk about handbags that I buy over and over, and then I realize that these handbags don't work out for me and I sell them over and over. So please stay with me. Hi guys, welcome to my channel, or welcome back to my channel. I truly appreciate that you clicked on this video. My name is Oksana, and today I want to talk about handbags, or mistakes that I made of purchasing handbags not once but several times. It means I purchased a bag, I tried the bag, I wear it for a while, I realized that it doesn't work out for me, I sold the bag, and then I purchased this bag again and again and again. Sometimes it could be a combination of different colors, but I mean the style is pretty much the same. And I have several of these handbags that it's kind of like, you know, roller coasters. I love those bags clearly because I purchased several of them. It means I love those bags, but then when I start using, I realize that they don't work out for me. And I have a list. At the moment I don't have none of those handbags in my collection, so it means I sold them all. So, and the first one that I want to talk about is my Chanel Coco Handles. Believe it or not, I used to have 3 Chanel Coco Handles. The very first one, Coco Handles, that I got, I don't even remember what season. If I will find out, or like I most likely just have to check my oldest videos, I will put the season of that handbag somewhere over here, but I would say it's somewhere in year 2018, I guess. And it was so black, Coco Handle, chevron, in chevron pattern, and it was kind of black, little bit of iridescent, and it's so black with the black hardware. It was absolutely gorgeous handbag. It was an old style when they still used to have a fabric lining inside, but the bag was absolutely gorgeous. I love that handbag. I love that handbag so very much. And it was an old small size. I think right now they already call it either medium or large. It's when at the bottom it was 30 centimeters. Yes, I think it was 30 centimeters at the bottom. It was fairly decent size, so it can hold a lot, so it could be almost like a day bag, clearly, if you don't have to have a laptop with you. And that specific handbag, the reasons that I sold it, not because I didn't like it, but you know, it's pretty much within a year. It was iridescent style, and within a year I started getting kind of rubbing in the corners and kind of like almost like a black paint chipping off, and underneath I could see like silverish paint. It's almost the way they achieve that kind of iridescent look. Maybe most likely first they paint the leather in a silver, and then they kind of almost paint it over in black, that, you know, that silverish kind of iridescent going through. I mean, once again, don't quote me on it, it's just my speculation, because like when the black paint is chipping off, it was kind of like I can see the silverish paint underneath. And before the year is over, because it was under the warranty, I brought back to boutique. And you know how sometimes with Chanel, when you bring back your items, they almost trying to blame on you. They go, oh, did you go rough with your handbag? And I'm like, are you kidding me? I'm so gentle with my handbag, like, you know, I love my Chanel handbags. Anyway, long story short, at the end, because it was still under the warranty, they kind of repair it, they send it to Paris, back to Paris. They did kind of touch up of the corners, but it just kind of little bit touch up. And then I noticed also even the hardware start getting chipping off, etc, etc. And I decided to sell. So I sold that handbag, and I lost money on that handbag. And because I remember even one of my friends, she was actually looking to purchase that handbag, and at that time I didn't want to sell her, and she was actually, I believe she actually even paid premium buying that handbag from Fashion File, and I didn't want to sell to her clearly because I would never sell to somebody that I know personally the handbags that maybe the ones that she purchased from Fashion File is absolutely perfect, but my handbag had an issue, so I didn't want to sell to anybody that I know personally. So I sold it to Fashion File. My second Coco Handle was the same old small size. It was the same 30 at the bottom. It was regular quilting, and it was in beige color with the burgundy handle, and that handle had the leather embossed kind of looking leather. Beautiful handbag, absolutely beautiful handbag. I think I used it once, but because it's kind of like, once again, light color, it's very nice. But because I knew that I had a problem with the black, I almost petrified to use that beige color, and it was sitting in my closet, and at the end of the day I was once again submitting to Fashion File, and they give me decent quotes, so meaning I didn't really lose any money on it, because at that point they were going with the premium, people going crazy, because especially it was a beige color with the burgundy handled and leather embossed, etc, etc. So I sold it without any loss of the money, but clearly with no profit or anything, just I think a little bit of profit. So that was my second Coco Handle. The last Coco Handle, it was absolutely gorgeous. It's kind of icy blue. I forgot the collection. It's gorgeous handbag. Once again, it's iridescent, and it has kind of multicolor hardware. Gorgeous handbag, absolutely gorgeous handbag. But once again, I was just clearly petrified to use it, especially because it's so light and it's also iridescent, and I just couldn't bring myself using that handbag. And I'm thinking, like, you know, it's just sitting in my closet, someone could enjoy this handbag and you know, love it, not being chicken like me actually using that handbag. So, and that handbag I sold just recently. So I had 3 Coco Handles, keeping, like, you know, purchasing them over and over, and every time, you know, I was like, no, I couldn't use it. Another point I don't like about Coco Handle, I wish they didn't have that divider in the middle, because pretty much if you see everybody mostly using the front compartment, and it's very hard to use back compartment, and then the handbag by itself is kind of a little bit already tilted forward, but when you load everything into the front compartment, it's pretty much the bag start tilting over even more, and quite often it's kind of like really like falls over in the front, so in my particular case. So it's kind of not balanced. I didn't like that divider in the middle, and on top of everything I was petrified because the corners are too sharp. So all in all, 3 times over, it didn't work out for me. I want to know, guys, if you have anything like that in your collections that you purchased several times, but it clearly didn't work out for you. So please put your comments below. I really like eager to know if you have something like that you purchased multiple times and you sold it multiple times. Next handbag, it's Chanel again, and even by now, I love that handbag. I love history behind it. I love everything. I love construction. I love everything about that handbag. But it doesn't work out for me. And I'm talking about Chanel Classic Reissue. It means it's very original. Coco Handle, you know, oh sorry, Coco Chanel handbag created its reissue. I love that handbag. I absolutely love it. I love everything about that handbag. I love how it's discreet. I love the look. I love quite often they do in kind of distressed leather, kind of edged looking calfskin. But mine were one of them in a goat and another one I think was in I think both of them either goat, or one of them goat and another one I think calf skin, something like that. Meaning not distressed, kind of like more puffy. Both of them were iridescent. Both of them absolutely gorgeous. One is green, one is pink, and the pink one also with the rose gold hardware. But what I realized about that handbag, and both of them I used to have in mini size, the chain on that handbag is pretty much the regular size chain, like you have it on regular Reissue. Chain is very heavy. It's also 4 grommets, so it means you can move that chain, and that chain makes such a rattling sound. It's almost like rattling snake, and I hate snakes. I truly have phobia for snakes, and I couldn't overcome that. I tried to use a couple of times. Anytime like I'm even holding, the chain is falling down, it was like that rattling sound. Oh my goodness, I couldn't stand it. The first time I noticed that I couldn't do anything with kind of metal chain moving, I got a Fendi Icon handbag, and it had that kind of chain movement and that rattling sound. I tried and I sent it away back before even using, with the tags and everything. So I didn't use that handbag at all. I just tried it. I know that I couldn't stand that sound. But Chanel Reissue, because I love it so much. I love the look, I love everything, but the chain, I actually love the chain, you know, the way it looks, the history behind the chain, like everything about that handbag I absolutely love. I just couldn't stand the sound of that chain, and like it's freaking me out. It's literally freaking me out, the sound of that chain. So I sold that handbag as well. Next handbag that I used to buy over and over and I keep selling over and over, it's Louis Vuitton Speedy. And Louis Vuitton Speedy I used to have in size 25 and size 30. I was so tempted to buy size 20, but I was just like, I stopped myself. I love the look of Speedy, you know, handbag. I hate the restricted access of the inside, and when I used to have size 30, I thought it's a little bit bigger, but still, for the amount of the things that you can put inside the handbag, it's almost like, you know, a black hole. It's though I used to have an organizer, it's very hard to see what's inside the handbag. It's also quite wide in size 30, so it's kind of sticking out of my body. I used to have World Tour Speedy 30, then I used to have a limited edition. If I have, I will put, guys, all the, while also I'm talking, most likely I'm gonna put either modeling shots or pictures of all those handbags that I used to have. I used to have some limited edition. I used to have Speedy 25 regular monogram with the Pochette, but Pochette once again freaked me out. Then I used to have Speedy 25 Damier Azur. I love Damier Azur. Once again, Pochette is freaking me out, and I sold that handbag. Then the very last one I sold, it's Damier Ebin. And it's very practical handbag. I actually used it plenty. But you know, just lately, once again, the access of the inside, the bag, it's decent size, so it means you can put lots of things inside, but like just digging inside the handbag, I just kind of like, you know, almost fall out of the love from, like, you know, Speedy, Louis Vuitton Speedy. But I know for fact, I know myself quite well, that maybe in some time I will fall in love again with that handbag. I just wish if they do the zippers a little bit opening furthermore, but then the structure will change of the handbag. So it's kind of like a catch-22 with that handbag. I love it and I hate it. I love it and I hate it. So I used to have a bunch of them, like I don't know how many I think about 5 or even more Speedies that I, you know, buy and sell. So clearly lesson didn't learn, and most likely I will buy another Speedy. As I said, I'm very tempted to buy either Nano, but Nano is, once again, it's too small, I think, unless if it's going to be the Nano where the zipper goes to the sides, or 20. And I noticed that the 20 they have with the zippers that go on the sides, so it has a little bit better access. We shall see, but at the moment I don't have any more Speedies in my collection. Next, and I think, let me just check my list, because I don't want to talk about that handbags that I used to have just 1 or at most 2, because like as I said, this one, yeah, I think this one I will talk again. So this one is Louis Vuitton Neverfull. I love Louis Vuitton Neverfull. I tried several times. I used to have Louis Vuitton Jungle Edition, beautiful handbag, and I actually sold that handbag with a premium at that time. They were like, everybody going with the crazy for that handbag. I sold it to Fashionphile with the premium, and Fashionphile charged clearly, in addition to that, most likely like crazy amount of money for that handbag. So I didn't lose anything on Louis Vuitton Neverfull Jungle Edition. It was a gorgeous handbag. It was a gorgeous handbag, but I feel that this style of tote with the longer handles don't work out for me. I need to have either short handles, for example, like OnTheGO, and then the longer one, truly long, that I can easily put it on my shoulders, because the Neverfull, yes, it's long enough that I can put it on my shoulders, but in Canada we have such a long winter, and with the puffy jackets and everything, yes, you can still do it on the shoulders, but it's kind of a little bit more restrictive, and I didn't like that. So anyway, I used to have Jungle Edition. Then I tried, maybe I thought, like, you know, monograms and demi azure, it's all well known. Maybe I should try in something like a little bit more discreet. I tried in epi leather, and it didn't work out again, because I find that the epi leather is quite heavy actually. So, and then there was the new style of Louis Vuitton monogram came to market with what is they call that leather, monogram embossed leather, and I purchased that handbag when it just came to the market, still at very reasonable price. Because I believe right now it's also they increased the price so much. I would never buy that handbag at that price, even when it was just came to the market and in very good price. I love the look. Once again, what I didn't like, they did a black, but inside they did blue, and to me, I know it's kind of French black and blue combo, but in that handbag somehow I didn't like it. I would have preferred if they just do black on black, or if you want black on something light like neutral, etc, etc. I really didn't like that blue inside. Also, it's just kind of give me finicky, you know, that there was nowhere on the handbag says that where it's made, because if it's made in United States, I wish if they put a just made in United States from imported materials, but it's totally different point, like, you know, a topic. And once again, I tried it. It's way more heavier compared to regular Louis Vuitton monogram, and I decided, you know, before I even start using or anything, it was sitting in my closet for some time, I would say about 3 weeks or so. And before the month is over, I tried it at home. Clearly I didn't use it outside, but I tried it at home several times, plenty with different outfits, etc. And I decided, no, Neverfull is not for me. And I have actually in my collection 2 OnTheGos right now, and I clearly realized that OnTheGos work way better for me than Neverfull. So these handbags that I used to purchase multiple times, I used to sell multiple times, and I wouldn't be surprised that if I'm gonna purchase again, because clearly I love all those handbags, I love their styles, but somehow every time I buy them, they don't work out for me. So that's about it for today, guys. I hope that you enjoyed this video. If you enjoyed this video, please don't forget to give me likes. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you on my next one. Bye bye.